Hey guys, you know the drill. It's springtime, so there's constant coughing, there's sneezing, there's runny noses, itchy eyes, and that nonstop drowsiness and irritability from those allergy meds. That's become the normal life for way too many families during spring and summer and fall here in Utah. At Renegade Chiropractic, we really see this every year. Kids walking in with dark circles under their eyes, they've got puffy sinuses and nonstop boogers, and frustrated moms who've literally tried everything from allergy meds and special diets, essential oils, you name it, right? But their kids still just crazy miserable. And while the research says that nearly 1 in 5 kids struggle with seasonal allergies, if you spend just 10 minutes at the soccer fields in April, you know the real number is probably way higher than that, right? But here's what breaks our hearts the most. It's when families start planning their days around pollen counts, right? They avoid hikes, they skip play dates at homes with pets, they start living in fear of the outside world, and what's worse is they're just told that this is a genetic issue, mom and dad had it, it's something they'll have to live with forever. So I want to tell you a story about a kiddo named Jake. Jake came to the chiropractor for the first time with constant congestion, green boogers, eczema flare-ups, and seasonal allergies that made it hard for him to sleep, even focus, or enjoy any time outside. His mom was really exhausted because they tried all the meds. They'd cut dairy, they went gluten-free, and they even started allergy shots, but nothing stuck until they got a real good look at his nervous system. So we actually ran insight scans and found some major subluxation problems and patterns in his upper neck. This area controls drainage for the ears and sinuses and throat and lungs, and it's also tied to regulating the immune response within us. So we started adjusting him, and once we did that, everything changed. His allergies actually improved, his skin cleared up, his sleep got better, and his mom actually cried happy tears because for the first time they were able to go hiking without any medications and without any tissues. They weren't constantly having to stop or decide, hey, should we continue moving forward? Like, it was amazing for him, right? And so it's one of our favorite things to hear about, especially living here in Utah, right? Some people don't love the mountains just because they don't like being out there, but if you can be out there and you love it, it's an amazing thing. The question then we need to ask is really what's going on here. The traditional medical approach sees allergies as just your child's body overreacting to things like pollen, right? But what if it's actually your child's nervous system that's out of balance and that overreaction to the thing that shouldn't cause the reaction in the first place? Okay, so here's what we know. A huge portion of the immune system lives in the gut. Early use of antibiotics and other medications, especially in babies, can wipe out good bacteria that are critical for the immune response and immune system development. And when the gut gets disrupted, it throws the immune system into chaos, which is why we're seeing more kids with allergies and eczema and asthma and autoimmune struggles than ever before. And when the nervous system is stuck in a fight or flight response, that keeps the immune system on high alert and leads to overreaction to even harmless things like pollen or dust. A 2020 study in JAMA Pediatrics found that kids who took antibiotics in their first year of life were actually significantly more likely to develop allergies or eczema and asthma by early childhood. Another study in gut microbes linked infant antibiotic use to a higher risk of developing inflammatory bowel conditions like Crohn's disease. So one of the biggest patterns that we see in kids who are stuck in that cycle of chronic allergies or congestion and immune overreaction is subluxation in the upper cervical spine, specifically through the C2 through C4 area. So let me show you. These vertebrae are critical real estate for 3 reasons, so just up here. The first one being that the vagus nerve is largely affected by stuff that's going on here. The vagus nerve is in charge of that rest and digest and heal within the nervous system, or what we call parasympathetic activity. And if there's stress that's stuck in that area, then vagal tone will be low and kids will get stuck in a fight or flight state, and then their body just can't heal the way that it's supposed to because it's constantly inflamed, it's constantly overstimulated, and then allergies are on the rise. Now, the second reason that this area is incredibly important is because it directly affects what we call immune regulation. So let me tell you what I mean when I say immune regulation. We're talking about this part of the spine. It's responsible for the neurological connection to things like the sinuses, the throat, the ears, and even lymphatic drainage. Okay, these areas are incredibly important, and when there's stress that's stuck there, then those things don't happen the way that they should. The third thing, and it kind of goes hand in hand with what we just mentioned about immune regulation, It affects drainage and inflammation. And so when this area is out of alignment, it can lead to stagnation and congestion and a ramped up inflammatory response. And essentially what that means is that there's going to be more green boogers, puffy eyes, itchy skin, and endless sneezing. So these subluxations don't just cause physical stress, they actually send constant signals to the brain that something's wrong, and it creates this endless loop of nervous system dysregulation and then immune system overreaction, chronic allergy symptoms, and it just kind of goes round and around and around. And that's exactly what this scan is showing us, right? If you take a look, we've got these big red bars up here at the C2 through C4 area, meaning that the nervous system is under significant stress. And all those functions, those are autonomic functions, things that you don't normally have to think about doing, are being affected. And that's exactly what we found with Jake's scans and what we see all the time with kids with recurring allergies and congestion. When we start to adjust this area, it takes pressure off the brainstem and upper cervical nerves. That drainage improves, inflammation, and the immune system finally starts to regulate properly. It's really not just about treating the symptoms, it's about retraining the system so that it can do what it's actually supposed to do. So here's the deal, here's the truth. Your child's nervous system wasn't designed to live on Zyrtec or Benadryl. Their ability to function isn't because they have a lack of those drugs in their system. They're made to thrive outside, breathe clearly, sleep deeply, and really enjoy life without allergies taking over, right? So if that's not your reality right now, that's okay. Let's just change it. Comment sneeze below and we'll send you our Natural Remedies for Sick Kids guide. It's packed with safe and effective ways to support your child's immune system naturally this allergy season. Your kid deserves more than symptom management. They really do. So let's get to the root cause and help them feel amazing from the inside and out.